Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Very Biased Opinions. Today, we talk about match day 21 in League One. If you'd like to skip to a game, look below. We've timestamped everything. And without further ado, gilding the lily or plucking the feathers off a turkey, Ian, lead me in.
I love a seasonal reference. Accrington Stanley versus Portsmouth.
So what we have here is a pretty poor side in the League One against a side in the League One that are doing really well. And I know they're doing well because Ian made the mistake of telling me this before we got here. So I'm going to go in this game for a Pompey away win, 2-0.
Yes, they are on this long unbeaten run. It's not one of those it's not an Oxford-style long unbeaten run where they just smash everybody. There's been quite a few draws sprinkled in there as well. These are the sort of ones you would definitely think Pompey should be too strong for Accrington, but I think it'll be slightly tougher. 2-1.
AFC Wimbledon versus Doncaster Rovers versus the Bells.
Is it Rovers or Bells, Tom?
Bells, all day long.
Yeah, Doncaster Rovers seem to continually shoot themselves in the foot. They have a few good wins and then they go and have a really crappy draw against MK Dons out of absolutely nowhere, which you would never see that result coming in a million years. AFC Wimbledon, again, they're right down the bottom. They haven't had a good season either. So I'm going to just go and say Doncaster should be too strong for them. And Doncaster will win 3-1.
There's a lot of goals in this. I think Doncaster should win. I always think Doncaster should win, but I honestly think they're a much better team. AFC Wimbledon are unadulterated garbage, and I wish they'd just get relegated and we'd be done with it. I've got the Bells to win. Let's have 1-0.
Darren Moore, Tom. He's a nice guy. I don't think he's a great manager. Don't even know he's a nice guy. That's what I hear.
That is his reputation.
Ipswich Town versus, Bristol Rovers.
I mean, what a fantastic game. We got Ipswich Town in second place against the home of the Rover car, this iconic area of Britain. This town and this place that has just seared itself into Britain's past, future, and present. And aren't they going to have fun at Ipswich this week? This is a huge game for Rover Cars. I mean, what a free advertisement against second in the league. They are on a 3-match winning streak, as opposed to Ipswich that seem to be limping about with a bunch of draws. And I think Ipswich are going to come a cropper at home. I've got the Rover car plant to win here. 2-1.
I did actually win predictions last weekend. I think that's 2 in a row. And I pulled it back to 12-6. But I cannot believe you've won double the amount of rounds talking this baloney. Rover car from Bristol.
This is what you do to me with Newcastle and Southampton every week.
True. That's true. Anyway, so both Ipswich had a great opportunity to close the gap on Wycombe, but they blew it against Coventry. Another 1-1 draw against them. Bristol Rovers won 4-2 and their manager came out and apologised for it. But remember, they were 2-0 down to Southend and had to come and get that back to 4-2. It all worked out all right for them in the end. Ipswich, you would think they're desperate to get back to winning ways, to stay hot on the heels of Wycombe. Oh, bloody Wycombe. And I think that Ipswich will just sneak it 2-1.
Fleetwood Town versus Gillingham.
Don't really want to talk about any one of these sides, but hallelujah, Fleetwood Town did lose to Blackpool last weekend. Did you hear, Thomas, what Joey Barton said about Blackpool? He said, we've got better players than Blackpool, they're not a bigger side than us, and it just completely backfired, and Blackpool hammered them last weekend, and it was a joy to see. Gillingham had probably arguably the best result of the weekend, beating Sunderland, and you know what, I can't say it, but let's hope Steve Evans' boys go up there and do a job on them. Let's say Fleetwood 0, Gillingham 2.
Oh, he's gone bold. He's gone bold here. I think it's going to be closer because any team that beats Joey Barton's team knows that they're going to get beaten up on the way out the stadium, and they're probably going to get stoned at some point. So I got this one 2-1. 2.
I absolutely don't think that my result's going to happen in a million years. I just do not like Fleetwood.
I mean, Fleetwood, they were on that incredible run alongside the Oxfords, the Coventrys, everyone else. but they have fallen off slowly, and they've now lost 3 or 4 of their last 5 or 6.
Away form's been really poor for them. They've been pretty good at home, to be fair to them. Lincoln City versus Tranmere Rovers.
I honestly don't know which of these places is worth. Lincoln for its geographical location and how it looks to the eye, or Tranmere for the football that they're currently playing. The one good thing Tranmere can say is they're the 3rd best team in Everton right now, and that is really saying something. No?
Fine. You can say Everton or Liverpool or whatever city Everton.
Did I say Everton?
You did.
Anyway, in conclusion, Lincoln are terrible, and Tranmere are going to win this game. They're going to win this game 1-0.
Usually Thomas cannot talk enough trash about Tranmere, but as they play Lincoln, he all of a sudden becomes their number 1 fan. A bit like me with Rochdale. But Lincoln City got a much needed win last weekend against Burton Albion, and let's hope that Michael Appleton's boys can back that up with 2 wins back to back to just ease any relegation fears, and I think they will. We've just had the Christmas market up here. It's a wonderful time for the city. It's going to be Lincoln City 2, Tranmere Rovers 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a very quick break to say, firstly, thank you for watching us. Secondly, we are on a giant campaign in the month of December to get 1,000 subscribers, so please click on the subscriber thing and hit that bell so you can watch all our fantastic videos. Also, please like these. We are like vampires. We live on likes. If you don't click like, we actually die. Additionally, please look below. Everything is timestamped. Ian keeps trying to point at the camera and it's only mildly off-putting. Ian, thank you very much for that. But honestly, look below. Timestamps. Also, Grandstand Bettors. They sponsor us. They work with us. Have a look at them. They're a lot better at this. They're actually paid. We don't get paid till we at least get 1,000 subscribers, so we'll talk to you at the end of December about it. Please enjoy this. Have fun. It's the holiday season, and we're so happy you're here watching with us. And without further ado, or any more gilding of lilies, it's Peterborough United versus Bolton Wanderers.
The Borough of Peter. They do not stop scoring goals. They had a wonderful 2-2 draw against Portsmouth, which I predicted as a correct score last weekend. But it's all about, Tony, Issa and Maddison, they're just unbelievable how many goals these guys have scored between them. Bolton Wanderers got a point last weekend, rescued a point. I think they were 2-0 down and got it back to 2-2. But this could be another one of their bad days, I fear, and I think Peterborough will win. I'm going to be nice to Bolton and say Peterborough will only score 3-0.
I'm going to say it now. I think Bolton can stay up. League One at the bottom is... it's tough. And they have 3 to 4 games to make up. Southend are only 4 points ahead of them right now. Admittedly, MK Dons are 12 points ahead of them. But they're playing pretty decent football, and I just like the story. I think they care, all 8 men in the dog that play for them. Unfortunately, like you, I also see a Peterborough United team that's already banged 40 goals this season. They're almost averaging 3.5 goals a game, or 3.2 or something. And fuck it, they're going to pad that score here. It's going to be 4-0.
Oh my God, do I really have to talk about this game? They weren't playing last weekend. It was one of the happiest weekends of my life. Wycombe Wanderers versus Burton Albion.
So Wycombe have been in basically first or second in the league all season. Burton have been mid to bottom of the table. Nigel Clough doing his standard decent job with a club that's not that great. Sadly, and I'm going to break from tradition here, normally we don't back Wycombe, but this is a bit like when we didn't back Liverpool for half of last year. It's just pointless. So I'm going to back Wycombe to beat Burton 2-0.
You've got to eventually give them praise, and they have done a wonderful job, and it doesn't look like this is just a flash in the pan. They're there for the long run. I didn't think I was going to get any Wycombe last week, and then bloody Gareth Ainsworth was on the review show on Quest, and he's actually released a song, if you can believe it, called The Wanderer, a cover of The Wanderer. So I had to watch a bit of that, and let me tell you, it's one of the worst experiences of my life. I felt like blood was trickling out of all my orifices watching that one. It was horrible. And because I had to endure that, I'm still going to not back Wycombe to win this game. I'm going to hopefully Burton will get something. 1-1.
Ooh, it's the Shrews versus the Sky Blues. Shrewsbury Town versus Coventry City.
Shrewsbury Town and their brand of anti-football came to the Kassam Stadium last weekend and sucked any joy out of the place very quickly.
Arsene Wenger in disguise.
And and a very, very boring and turgid 0-0 draw played out, which you can see my review of it. Please, somebody go and watch that goddamn video. So for that, I've kind of gone off them a little bit. I'm a little bit staled on them. They're very, very hard to beat, but let's hope Coventry can beat them. And come on, you Sky Blues, let's get a nice away win. 1-0.
That sounds like a fantastic away win. Coventry are literally basically scoring as many as they concede, which has led to this ridiculous run of draws. Like, it's their favorite thing to do right now. They just draw. They've had a couple wins, a couple losses sprinkled in there. I've said this enough about enough teams, but like, they're much of a muchness. They're probably going to be in the playoffs this year. They should beat Shrewsbury, and unfortunately, I have to copy Ian because if they do win, it's never by more than one goal. So 1-0 to Coventry.
Again, Shrewsbury just very, very, very rigid side. But I probably are more rigid away from home than they are at home.
What do you know about Shrewsbury? When's the last time you saw them play football? Ian? Get out. Get out.
Southend United versus Rotherham United.
I'm really sad, Ian. I've just realised that your favourite club, Rochdale, aren't playing this week, and I so love to see this team plummeting down the league table. I thought I'd just really quickly mention that Rochdale is Ian's favourite team, and they are garbage. And
I'm not denying it anymore. I can't hide it. The facts
are
evident.
It's not worth it. It's like my favourite team being awesome. Rotherham are marginally better, if memory serves, than Southend, because everybody is marginally better than Southend. I mean, holy shit. It is the biggest walk-up win in the league. At the same time, you know, I'm trying to find I got nothing. 3-0 to Rotherham.
Southend United, you were 2-0. You had a good 1-1 draw against Burton Albion in midweek, and then you're 2-0 up at half-time against Bristol Rovers. And then you end up losing 4-2. It is absolutely shocking. Rotherham, Tom, speak about Rochdale. Rotherham inexplicably lost to Rochdale. Their horror show at home continues.
Thank God they're away.
Well, I'd say last weekend we backed Rotherham to beat Rochdale and they ended up losing. So that was a bit of a shock. That being, I do hope this is a side that should be doing better. And against Southend, you would expect them to win this game. I will not say it's going to be 3, though. It's going to be 2-0.
So, essentially, for every one goal that Southend score, they concede 3. Sunderland are playing Blackpool.
Sunderland just cannot get their season off the ground. They have 1 or 2 good results, and then it's just littered in with really poor performances. Blackpool, on the other hand, are on one of their purple patches and are on a really good run. I think they've gone back up into the playoff places, playing good football, scoring lots of goals. This is not the sort of game Sunderland want at this stage of the season. I think this is going to be back to a classic Sunderland. I'm going to go 1-1.
We just looked at the Sunderland team a minute ago, and there are so many. Aidan McGeady plays for Sunderland. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke how good they are. It's a joke how poor they've been playing. I get it, maybe it's tough to play in that stadium in front of a bunch of Geordies that are nuts. They're Geordies, right? Are they Geordies? No?
Mackhams.
What?
Mackhams.
There you go, that one. I get that that's tough, but honestly, man up. Like, this is just absolutely pathetic from them. That being said, Blackpool are going to win away from home 2-1 to heap further misery on Aidan and his team.
I've already seen a couple of people on YouTube questioning whether they should even get rid of the manager again. It's only been there 5 minutes.
The club is cursed. Bring back Paolo. At least it'll be fun to watch.
Thank God, Thomas, it doesn't last forever that we have to talk about these other absolute shockingly garbage sides in League One, because finally it's something worth talking about, and finally it's time for the main event.
MKDONS versus Oxford United.
So, Thomas, Oxford United didn't win last weekend against Shrewsbury. It was a turgid 0-0 draw, as I've already referred to earlier on. And let's say it hasn't been a wonderful week for the club. They went out of the leasing.com trophy to Exeter on penalties and seemed to just be littered with injuries after injuries after injuries. A very patched up side it was last weekend. But I'll tell you one thing. if Carl Robinson wasn't a football manager, he should have gone into politics because he's a wonderful spin doctor. He came out after that Shrewsbury game and he just talked about what a great result it was, how proud he was of the players, how they didn't stop fighting, how this is the best 0-0 he's ever had in his career, and with any other side he'd ever had, they'd have lost that game. And it just made me think, a year ago that would have absolutely pissed me off no end. Really would have made me angry. But this year I was a bit like, oh, good for you, Carl. Well, good stuff. And I was like, no, he fooled me. That means that, so they kept the unbeaten run going. A little bit worried for this one just because the team is a little bit depleted, but I would like to think we have still got a good enough side. Hopefully Baptiste and Brannigan will play a part in this game to bolster it a little bit. And I think Oxford should beat Milton Keynes. I think it's going to be one of those 1-0 scrappy wins.
Yeah, I hate Oxford United because you like them, and I hate everything you like. But MK Dons are garbage, and I can't stand them. I can't even stand thinking about them. I don't think they deserve to be in the league. Oxford United are the second highest scorers in League One, and as much as they've been on a run and it's slowed down a little bit, I can't see them not banging a couple past one of the worst teams in the league. Now yes, MK Dons got a draw against Doncaster, but it's just not going to play out like that. Oxford United are going to put 3 past MK Dons away from home, and they're going to go back to winning ways.
They reckon that they might get 4,000 Oxford fans there on Saturday.
No way.
That would be awesome if they can.
Also, League One fans, we will be watching Man City play Oxford in a week's time on Wednesday. And let me tell you right now, if Carl Robinson comes out with any of this bullshit, I'm jumping the fence and just... I hate Carl Robinson. I hate him.
Carl Robinson will destroy you in a fight.
Oh God, he'd ruin me.
They've already said if there was a nuclear explosion, cockroaches and Carl Robinson.
And you know what? He'd describe it as like a hard-fought victory.
And blame the referee. And blame the referee and the linesman for letting the bomb off.
Oh, I can't wait to listen to him screaming so loudly you can hear him outside the stadium.
Well, that is something to look forward to. But these are our predictions. They're in the book for Match Day 21. We hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, of course, give it a like and think about subscribing to the channel. And also go and check out Grandstand Bettors. Thomas, do we have anything else to add?
If you're looking for detailed football analysis, probably in the wrong place.